it is.
Right.
Right.
Girl, look who just came on. Britt, look at this mother who just came on. Get your lady ass out of here, mother. We about to get off.
Oh, nasty.
Get his ass out of here. Dude, we saying goodbyes. Like,
his camera's not even on, is it?
Yeah,
it's on. I see him.
Lighting is
That's how I knew who it was coming on.
Boy, turn the lamp on or something. Can't nobody even see you.
Girl, you know he light skinned. He bright as hell. You can see his ass even in the dark.
Look, he got that arm up. He over there recording videos with his feet and shit. That's what he
right. Yeah, but no, this is a great.
This nigga is muted. He muted himself.
Nah, it's a great conversation. Just have bullet points next time. Give us a head up on what you want to talk about, and we'll try to support you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Right. Okay, for sure. So we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. We done ran all conversations. We ran all topics.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
My bad.
I have one, but all right.
Appreciate it.
All right.
He's been there something.
You got anything to say? Look, Mr. Nasty, you got anything to say?
I gotta feel included.
Wait. Okay. Came in and was like, all right, y'all.
Listen. He said he gotta feel it. He said he gotta feel included. So what do you feel like? Let's just ask him the last question. So how do you feel about the statement of women control sex in a marriage, and then men actually control the actual marriage?
Well, I don't.
Fairly accurate statement.
Well, not really control, but like dictate. I'll just say like dictate. Like they have.
Okay.
But no, I'm gonna use control. Like I said, I'm gonna say control with it because a guy ain't getting it unless a woman puts out. A woman ain't getting married until a guy proposes and say, let's go.
So the problem with it is actually, now we actually spoke something like about this before.
That's what
and it's
said.
more so dudes, we have to feel a certain level of power within our relationship. That does not mean to control you, but we want to feel like you respect us. So the problem that dudes have with, well, we'll just throw this topic out there, it was a whole nother thing. It's successful women, right? It's not that they're successful. It's that this day and age, when women get successful, they judge their success off of what a man's power is, right? Oh, I don't need a man for this. I don't need a man for that. I don't need a man for this. Okay, then you're not respecting that man. You have to hold him as a king, just like he got to treat you like a queen, regardless if you make more money than him or not. He's supposed to still be spoiling you. He's supposed to still be doing extra things, regardless that you make more money. A man has to play a man's role and a woman has to play a woman's role, or vice versa, however y'all certain things play out. Now, the biggest problem is women of this age, they don't carry that mindset, but they still want the old school mindset of a guy. But you guys are being accepted more and more, I won't say as right now, but more and more as equals in a business field, in a job field, and everything else. So it's just like I told people, the reason why men pay for dates back in the day is because men were the ones with jobs. Men were the ones that was providing. People weren't hiring women for factory jobs. People weren't hiring women for all these other jobs. So dudes paid based on that generation standpoint. Women are not allowing certain things to get paid. They don't like to be controlled like that. They feel like it's a step way of control, which with the right person, it could be. So overall, women started taking control of the sex and the home rather than just having one. So instead of having complete control, so instead of a man saying, hey, I have this woman submitting to me, I have this, she's allowing me to be the head. He's saying, she don't need me anyway. She'll get over it. This is what she wanted. Y'all wanted what the men wanted all these years. That absolute power, because y'all been denied it for so long. But at the same time, it's leaving y'all as the men thinking, okay, I can mess with her. They'll all be okay. They said they don't need me. So what you complaining about?
I agree. I'm one independent woman that want a man and need a man, but you know, I do.
Me,
Be a few.
Right? I was like, all right, I hear
Be
you.
a few.
Respect that.
And so the biggest problem with that is women like yourself, right? You get the short end of the stick. You don't judge an apple, you don't judge an apple by, the way this specific one, by the one that Eve does, that special apple, you know what I'm saying? We gonna judge it by the way they generally taste. So just because I might like certain green, this X amount, I had one bad experience with this apple, I'm gonna judge every apple by that same apple. So now I might not try another apple for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what? Oh shit, I kind of like it.
That's bitter. If you don't,
me?
that's bitter.
Everybody
if you don't.
Like your ass only had 2 Granny Smith, and you like, fuck it, I ain't even trying Fuji or any other one after that.
Right.
Exactly.
I feel
And then
you.
you come down the line, you be like, you know what? I low key like this shit.
You gotta let that hurt go.
I found a good one.
Talked about that.
You feel me?
Let that hurt go.
And so people say, but it's not hurt necessarily. It's experience. You can't tell me what an apple tastes like when I've tasted one and it was bad. But you know what? But
bad is a bad feeling though.
But you holding on to that bad. So that's what she's saying. She's holding on to that bad from that. She's holding on to that experience from the bad.
For sure.
You might be a
right.
For sure. But you hold on to this. But that's how you learn. That's safety.
It's a difference with holding on to it and learning from it, because you hold on to it, now you're tainting yourself and poisoning yourself, whereas when you learn from it and you can let it go, what we talked about earlier, being at peace. What was that main thing we said? Having to coming to a conclusion of I'm trying to end it or something like that, what we was talking about earlier. And it's like,
closure.
Do you really need that right? Do you really need that closure? And that's something that we was talking about. Like, I can have a bad experience, but not be tainted by that bad experience. You see what I'm saying? And learn from that bad experience.
But that comes with experience.
Right. We get you.
The first time anybody's hurt, you hold it for a little bit.
Right.
But you'll learn that's not the better choice as time goes on.
But something so simple like you saying, you're gonna hold on to it. Like, you go stick your hand in fire. What's the natural thing you gonna do? You go, ooh, when you cooking, you burn, so you like, ooh, you gonna suck on it, you gonna try to do what you gotta do to heal yourself. But then guess what? The next time you cook, what you do? You put your motherfucking oven mitts on, right? You didn't hold on. You hold on to that experience from being burned, but you are saying, I'm never gonna cook again. That's being tainted.
But
like, I'm never gonna cook again.
But you got to look at it from an emotional thing. You just use fire. I like that analogy. But at the same time, we all know fire gonna burn you every time. So it's easy to learn.
Fire is helping you too. Fire is helping you because fire is cooking your meal.
But instantaneous results and effects, they last. They're easier to accept than an emotional effect. Okay, I know that fire is gonna burn me. You don't know how many times this is gonna hurt me. This is something that you have no control over. So it's going in with an even worse chance to get hurt, honestly, than fire. You know how you can move in fire. I could throw my hand in and out of fire and be fine. I know a bar trick where I can put alcohol on my finger, light my finger on fire, take the fire off. It'll be fine. You find ways to do your thing. My point is, emotional don't hit that instantaneous. There's lingering effects. Then you learn personality traits. Then you learn certain things, and every single thing can trigger you. It's not being hurt. It's just a reflex to subconsciously a lot of times that we all just seem to do. So when it comes to the man controlling the relationship, and back to the initial question in the sex, one, men control the relationship. They want to control the relationship. If women are not, I won't even say that. If you don't have a man that's strong enough to want to control the conversation or control that part of the relationship and have that leadership in there, that's one thing. Women controlling the sex part is a man. In a man's mind, that's you controlling the relationship. Something as simple as physical things to a man. Having that control, like I'm walking in, I know I have this with my wife, a girl, or whatever. I can just do it. You know, I know she want me. It gives us some sort of, it's weird. I don't even know how to explain it because it might not make sense to y'all. It gives us a validation of that's my girl. She's still following me. She's still with me. Men connect easier through physical than emotional. Women connect better through emotional than physical. It's just an alternative thing. Stuff that might make emotional and logical sense won't make as much sense to us without the physical attachment.
Right.
Y'all are able to separate it. We combine it all.
I can follow that.
I'm not. So it sounds to me you're just saying like you all want the ability of feeling as if that your woman is submissive in all aspects of y'all relationship. Like submission, it seems like that's your main word. That's what it is. It's submission for y'all.
It ain't got
It's no for him. No, I'm talking about what he explained. What he explained specifically
submission.
was submission.
But you have to understand the different ways of the submission. I think you're right by saying that. I'm not denying that. I think, but by submission, that does not mean you're doing everything I tell you to do. It's that you see me as a authoritative figure. When women take control over sex, it takes away our power to feel like authoritative figures. And then, like I said, you guys are also very smart, very intelligent. You're starting to make great money. You know, some of y'all, you know, that really take advantage of things. Y'all take your opportunities more serious than men. To me, a lot of times when y'all get them, because y'all are still kicking doors now that we didn't have to kick down. You feel me? So when y'all get that level of, when y'all attain that level, most of the time, for some reason, something clicks to where y'all feel like, I don't need him for this. I don't need him for this. I don't need him. Something as simple as reaching to try to pay the bill before me at dinner would piss me the fuck off. Don't do that. Like, I can't pay the bill for us. I can't take care of that. Don't do that. Now, if it's my girl and we just do that, that's our thing. That's different because we've already established that connection.
Okay.
But you have women who don't establish that connection and they just want to take over and they think it's cool or whatever. And then they always say, well, I don't owe him nothing. I paid for dinner, or I'll do this, or what. No, let a man be a man. And that's if that's y'all thing, because everybody different, right? You know, y'all just talked about it earlier. It'd be some bum dudes out here who don't mind that. But if you find a man like me, I'll say like me, and I'll speak for me only, regardless of if you had $1 million in your account and I had 100,000, if I wanted to spend 30,000 of mine or 50 or 60 to buy you a car, if that's just what I wanted to do with my money, allow me to buy you that car, regardless if it's gonna put me in a. Let me do what I want to do for you as a woman, being your man. Stop trying to use logic to make a man. Y'all don't know, because I hear this a lot. This is the one phrase that I really hate, and I'll end it with this. A woman always says, "You not know." A lot of women who get scorned and things like that, they tell men, "You not no man. A man's supposed to be this, this, and this," and y'all don't know shit what it is like to be a man. Y'all don't know what it takes to be a man. Y'all don't know the fights we've had to go through to be a man. And I'm not talking about just status-wise. I'm talking about emotionally, things where we just started to learn to express ourselves. Probably, most of the guys here might agree with me, when we hit our 20s, we never used emotions before our 20s in our first real relationship. And then y'all wonder why. It's just like, it's a muscle. Emotion is a muscle. If you're not working it out and you're not using it like y'all since childhood, we don't know how to use it. So when we get hurt, we get hurt. We be out of commission for a little while. You know what I'm saying? We be out of commission for a little while. Yeah. We fucked up because we don't know how to use it. We don't know how to express it. We don't know how to receive it. We don't know how to do it properly.
I agree with a lot what you're saying, but rewind back to the point. I'm gonna go back to when you said that when you trying to pay for the check and a woman goes to try to do it herself, you have to go back to what you were saying. It's all about experience. And yeah, it may be 20 bum dudes she done dealt with before. You can't fault her for coming prepared for that because she don't know you. If y'all just date, she don't know you at that point, and she has to
Say it again.
learn
I
you.
want you to say it again because you're proving what I said. Let go of that bum ass experience you had. Ain't that what you told me about mine? Let go of that bum ass
I said don't let it taint
Give
you.
me a chance to pay for it still.
Go back. I said, don't let it taint you. But she would never learn until she's not going to know until she sees. So she's going to reach for that
Give me a
check.
chance to pay for it still.
But okay, hold on about the check though.
I agree.
Wait. Everybody on here. Wait.
Don't come with your long ass story. You don't make a point now. What you trying to say?
Listen. I'm gonna get out what I gotta say. Now listen. Y'all about to get into semantics territory. Y'all getting into
I wasn't.
No. Listen.
You always cutting off saying we getting into semantics and we don't.
No, I ain't even did that earlier. I ain't even did that. What you made was a good point. But what he's saying is bullshit though.
No, but what if the woman's doing it for a different reason? Because you're saying it's based on her experience, but he said it too. Women don't want to feel like they owe somebody something, and that's the thing. Because when men, there's a lot of men out there in general, or like I said, these unwritten rules is that like when a man pays for everything, then the woman's supposed to put out at the end. So and then
I was getting to that point.
Yeah, and we're getting to the point where we're saying, hey, women control sex. So that's her way of getting the situation, so that she doesn't feel obligated to do something, and she's taking out the excuse for the man saying, well,
which makes 100% sense. But once again, stop using that previous. If you want me to stop using my previous experiences, you got to stop using your previous experiences where that one guy or those whatever guys
I'm not saying
to control that sex. No, everybody has to go in clear.
No,
right. Start over.
But that is clear because the thing is, we're saying women are learning and say, hey, you have to take care of yourself. So sometimes that's not experience. That's ingrained. So and the thing, and that's where you have to realize it's like, hey, they're doing it and they're not doing it to mean any disrespect. They're taking care of themselves because unfortunately, women, when they
wouldn't that be the same thing with my point then?
Well,
I'm doing that to take care of myself.
No, yeah, but I'm saying it goes both ways because I was saying, unfortunately, like you said, like men, like we get emotions when we're 20, we're like, and we have a fight to do now, and especially I can say black men too, because because of the situation we're in, we're viewed a certain way. Unfortunately, when something bad happens to a woman, it's a microcosm. They go every decision that they made, and even though if a woman gets raped, they go every way to blame the woman, and it's like, well, if you don't want to do that, then you should have let him pay for dinner. You shouldn't have let him done this. You should have let him did this. And it's not previous experiences. It's what they say. So and that's what I'm saying. It's like sometimes they're doing it to take care of themselves, so then they can get rid of every single reason out of the book. So and that's why I don't think they're doing it as a sign of disrespect. They're just doing it of what now they're taught by the media now, and it's not even by experience. Because I know, high school girls now, because my mom's a high school teacher, and that's what they're taught now. It's like you come prepared, you do this, you take care of yourself because it gets yourself out of a bad situation.
Right.
But it goes back to exactly what Adrian was saying earlier, and we are saying the exact same points in different ways.
In different ways.
We're saying the exact same points because even not in just high school, my daddy has raised me and taught me, if I can't get it for you and you can't get it for yourself, you don't need no man to get it for you. And he's not doing it to say like, oh, every man wants his daughter to grow up and, have a man take care of her and help her. However, he also don't want a man to control her or make her feel like you can't have unless he gets it for you. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Adrian, we talked about control. You got babies. So you know what I'm saying? You know that aspect. As a father, you would know like, how are you raising your daughter to say, hey, you just let this man take to control of the dinner and pay the bill, but then he has this control mindset in his head. And it's like, no, you don't control me because you paid for my dinner. So I'm gonna always come prepared and I'm gonna reach for that. And then if you say, no, I got it, it's in our mindset. I know for me, in my mindset, part of me in the back of my head might not be in the forefront. In the back of my head, I'm like, what's his intentions at the end of this? Because if he thought paying for that damn dinner was gonna be that thing, no, homie, let me give you this money right now. Let me end exactly what X said. Let me go and get up out of this.
And I can understand it.
You see what I'm saying?
That actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, and so like women, the submission thing with women is like, I'm not going to be submissive if I am not able to follow the lead. Like, my lead, I have to trust my lead wholeheartedly. Like, if this is a man that wants me to submit to him, I have to fully trust and believe in every ounce of him and what he does and what he believes in and everything. There is no half-assing when it comes to leading. If you want a woman to be submissive to you.
That's right.
So
you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
So it's like you can't be like, oh, this is what I want from a woman. This is what I want from a woman. You're not even ready to lead.
But a lot of times these men, they say they want women to be submissive or you want those traditional roles. But then, then they see it be like, oh, well, we still need to be split everything 50-50. We want to split all the bills.
Well, those are the things that I can understand, y'all.
Yeah.
And those are the reasons I can understand y'all point. But I think my biggest point is those things that y'all aren't willing to let go. A man cannot properly lead until y'all give him the free range to at least attempt those things.
I can agree with you on that.
So until y'all make that choice to fully allow, because like y'all say, oh, I don't know, and take care of yourself. I get it, as you should. You're doing everything I think you're supposed to do. But until you give the man, okay, you know what? I'm not going to pick up that bill. You know what? I'm going to allow him to make that decision. Now, you know what? Because you got to see if he can lead. Even if you give a man a chance to lead, it might not work. The nigga might be a trash leader. You know what I'm saying? But you have to give the opportunity to allow him to prove himself first. Because if you've never given him a legit opportunity without a crutch, with you as the crutch, and this is what I tell a lot of my female friends to stop doing, stop giving your man the opportunity and using yourself as a crutch to catch him just in case he can't walk on his own. If I fall, it's my fault. I was always taught by my grandfather to walk. And if I fall, it's my fault. I'm supposed to pick my ass back up and find a new way to walk, whether I need to use a cane, whether I need to use whatever I need to use. But the problem is a lot of women don't give that proper opportunity to allow a man to walk what he's talking about. Y'all want him to be on your arm. Y'all want him to lean on you. Women are strong enough to try to catch their man nowadays. So they allow themselves to catch their man rather than just letting him catch himself.
I totally agree, and it's like a double-edged sword with that, because part of it is
because y'all are emotionally smart enough to want to know, hey, this guy has potential, or this guy. That's why women fall in love with potential so much, because you see it.
Talk about Jazzy.
But then people don't live. But people don't live up to their potential that never had to.
True.
If I have a woman that's willing to pick up 30% of my potential, and I've never been helped to walk on my own, most of these dudes are gonna allow you to pick up that 30%, so they don't have to put in the work. Make that work and do what he's supposed to do as a man, but he can't do that with you there, baby.
I fully agree with you on that. It's just the hard standard. It's a hard standard, because sometimes as a black woman, you see, when you're conscious and you woke, you see the struggle that the black man go through. And naturally, most parts of women, we are nurturers. So it's like, we can't let you struggle. Like, we see the struggle that you go through already. Okay. So you don't want the black man to go through more of a struggle. At least I know for me, I love when black men is so hard, because it's like, damn it, I know what the world is doing to you. I don't want to see you struggle more. But I totally agree with you with that. Like, but guess what? You will never be that man I need you to be because
and this for all the women in the chat is why I say, y'all say, oh, I need him to do this. I need him to do this. I need to be completely trusting of him. That takes time, right? You give him those opportunities early so you're not wasting yours. If you would have gave him them opportunities in month 1, you would have seen by the end of that month, he wasn't who you're supposed to be with, and you wouldn't be 2 years in wasted. Give him the opportunities early. This is why I say little things like the check. Hey, you getting that promotion you want, you working, as you getting that job, you know what I'm saying? As you holding yourself down, notice these things and make him do it on his own. Don't offer the nigga a place to stay after 6 months. You know what I'm saying? don't let the nigga use your car after 3 months. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have a car, I would take the bus before I asked to use a girl I was dating's car, because I need her to see that I don't need that. Adding me to your life is going to be an addition. It's not going to be, I'm not taking from yours. I'm going to add on to it. But if you don't give them those opportunities early, you're wasting time. And this is why I tell everybody to do it early. It seems like it's a big risk. It's always going to be a big risk. You might waste 2 weeks, you might waste 4 weeks, but it's better than a year.
I have a question though about the whole picking up the check thing, because I'm a very independent woman, but I definitely do understand where you're coming from about how it's something that you need to, it's your situation or whatever, that you do want to pick up the check. But say that, yeah, you pick up the check because of how I've been raised or because of I've been in certain situations, but it's not necessarily that I'm still holding on to something. But would you sit there after she took the check? Would you sit there and explain to her the reason why you want that? It's something that you want to pick up. The reason why you want to pick up the check because you're yourself internally, or would you just sit there and assume something like that?
Man, you don't sit there I'm not even a man, and I wouldn't even tell nobody like, oh, I want to pick up the check because it'll hold my ego.
With me too.
Hell no.
These things. I'm dropping gems for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why. First of all, a woman should never pick the check. If I was man enough to ask you out on a date, I should have enough to take you out on a date. If I did not have enough to take you out on a date, and I'm trying to take a woman out on a date, my priorities fucked up. You should not be with me.
Facts.
Because I just offered to take you out on a date and I don't have enough. I need to be worried about stop worrying about who somebody fucking and go and get me some money.
Hey, that's a song.
You hear me, Ray? Yeah, you like that? You like
I
that?
did like that. I like that.
The one thing I've learned is growing up is I have resources now that I didn't understand. I've always had enough to take a woman out on a date, but do I have enough to take a woman on a date that I know I want to take her out on and impress her? Not just the movies. Shit, maybe I want to go laser tagging. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe I want to take a little trip down to Indiana Dunes. But have enough, and then still, I don't want to be struggling. I don't want to have enough to take you on a date and pay my bills and then be left with nothing. If I don't have enough to pay my bills, take you on a date and have an excess amount of to go get what I still want, I'm not where I want to be yet.
Okay. Yeah. I agree.
That's these little things. That's what I'm saying. I bring up a check because it's so simple. If I don't have enough to take you out after I showed interest in taking you out, my priorities fucked up. Why would you waste time with a guy who fucks up his priorities from day one?
Right. So
simple stuff.
Yeah, I would say to add on to that though. Like, if your dude ain't really like sitting there like, okay, I know I'm finna take her out. Most dudes is looking at what's on the whole. Like, if he's gonna take you out to a restaurant, he knows what's on that menu.
He knows what's on that menu.
He knows everything that you could possibly order. If he's not prepared for the worst case scenario, he don't need to take you out. If I look at that menu,
exactly.
You want steak and lobster, you want that combo, and I'm not ready to pay for it, I should not take you out.
If your combo was $100, I should have $100 for you, $100 for me if that's the worst case scenario, and then I need to have an additional 100 just in case we need to do whatever fuck we need to do on top of the extra money that I'm gonna need just in case we decide to keep the night going.
Right, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. If a man's taking you on a date, he is prepared. He should be prepared. If he's not prepared,
and then when he takes you out,
he shouldn't be taking you out.
Like bro said, you're gonna see a lot of his personality. Mm-hmm. Where he takes you sometimes, it's not necessarily about the expensiveness of it, because I know places you can go eat, you know what I'm saying, prepare a picnic costs $150, and then you still eating out there, but you still had a $150 meal rather than the nigga taking you to Applebee's. That would have been worse. You know what I'm saying? How he does it, when he does it, and how he presents himself.
I was just about to say how he does it, when he does it, and how he presents himself. You took that shit right out of my mouth.
Exactly. In the thought process, you're going to see how much effort he's going to give you. Yes. Off rip. These are things you can see date 1, date 2. I'm trying to impress you right now. You can drop me any day. You have no emotional investment in me. I'm about to show you why I'm nigga you need to be with. I'm not going to take you to Applebee's.
Bro, first and foremost, Applebee's is expensive hospital food. Like, let's be real.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in high school, I did better than that. When I was in high school, when I was trying to impress a girl, I'll take a girl out to the, you know, the court, not just like that, but I had things prepared when we got there. I had a game. I had an interactive opportunity. Then I had something, okay, we're going to play for a bet. You know, I'll let her win just so she can get what I wanted to give her, a gift. And then we'll go I had this is high school. I'm grown. I got money now.
Okay, talk then.
And that's thoughtful. It's just the thoughtfulness. You know how I do that. But my point is the effort, the things that he's saying. Man, if the dude ain't prepared to take you a place that he like, and he should have been listening hard enough to know what you like. If you like surf and lobster, I'm gonna take you to a nice place. You know what I'm saying? Surf and turf, whatever you want. You like hibachi grills, take you to a nice hibachi grill with the best that has that stuff. But I should be prepared to pay for anything you want and entertain you.
Let's hone in. That's that.
Yeah.
Not to even interrupt you, because I want you to finish what you're saying.
You're right.
But to hone in on what that person is like. Who are you dealing with?
This is what you
need to study your person, and that's what we was talking about earlier, Smooth. When we was talking about, okay, so you knew how communication was from the jump. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hone in on a person. Yeah. You gotta study your king and your queen. Whoever you choose to give your attention, your time, and your energy to, you need to study them. That's your attentiveness is so important when you are wanting to look into going into the next level with this person.
Oh, okay. So you just said the last thing I was gonna finish off on. The attentiveness, right? The attention to detail. Because how you start is how you finish. So if you're a guy who can't afford surf and turf, every, major thing, understandably, she understands you trying to just impress her. But how you get them is how you keep them. She's gonna, if you're doing this the first 6 months, you just can't stop. So if you show her who you are with the impressiveness, but then you also have to learn. That's why I always say you be thoughtful, because the thoughtfulness can last a lifetime, and it's not going to cost a lot, but live within your means to the best of your ability and add that thoughtfulness. And I guarantee you, if that woman really wants you, that's enough to keep her, because she says, you know what? He's not at the bottom. He's living at the top of his means for me. But at the same time, he's putting in work. And it's really that simple. And if she wants more than you are right now, that is on her to want more. If she thinks you're doing amazing, then you're doing amazing. you can't determine what a woman wants, and you can't judge them for what they want. If she thinks she deserves surf and turf every day, you do it that way. That way, you know what? Once again, that's a time, and this is how it helps the dude. You understand that this is a woman who wants this every day. You know what? She not worth my time. Boom. I can't afford this one. I'm not where she wants me to be. Go find you there's going to be somebody out here who's going to appreciate that thoughtfulness and that stuff that you're putting in that's more compatible with your level and your financial reasoning where you're at right now. Don't be upset because there's pretty girls that's broke and there's pretty girls that's rich. You're going to find a pretty girl if you want one.
True. Do that.
Well then.
Good job, Adrian.
A lot of points was made. You know, you was late, but you came with some good.
You went in.
I'm a prepared nigga, you know.
You went in.
You want to make sure he was part of it. You want to make sure he was part of it.
Too much accolades.
He talk about some with this
Got
legacy
some
shirt
accolades.
on. With this legacy shirt on. That's why I went.
You
like,
feel me? Hey.
Boy, if you don't get that bogus ass jersey on, I don't care about that.
We top tier.
Y'all not top tier. Y'all done lost to every team I done played on.
When I was playing, we made it to Final Four almost all the time.
When you was playing back in the dinosaur days, it's okay.
Cool with me. That's cool with me. I can
it's
deal
all
with
love.
that.
You know it's all love.
Well, let me go in here. Say goodnight to my son.
We were saying goodbyes.
Yeah, we were when you joined.
Yeah, we were. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to speak up.
You kept this thing going.
I know. I walked my dogs and came back and he's still talking.
Oh, look at the baby.
Hey.
Leave him alone.
Why you sleep? We not going to sleep.
I'm tired. He's tired.
It's 10:42.
It's a sleepover.
He woke up like it was nothing.
It's 8.
Well, I got this one right here. Wide awoke.
It's 8 hours.
Nah. Hayden, why you going to sleep?
I'm tired.
All right, y'all.
It was a pleasure. It was
definitely a pleasure.
I'll talk to y'all one of these other days.
For sure.
For sure. Bye, y'all. All right.
See you guys.
Peace.
Bye.